Okay, so this is to establish the elevation of the water level to begin with. The board that Greg is holding that goes horizontally is sitting on the berm next to the biopond, which according to the builder's plans has an elevation of 14.5 feet. Now Greg, make sure that that board is level.
Yep, it's level.
And read to me what the yardstick says at the bottom of the board, holding the yardstick at the water level.
It looks like it's about 12 inches below the berm.
12 inches?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Okay, in a minute I'm going to have Greg walk into the stream and take some depth measurements, but this is just for reference before he starts. This starts at the biopond here, and there's the berm above the biopond. That's where we took the measurement of the water level. And as you recall, it's 12 inches below the berm. Then I'm going to have him walk into the water starting there, back through that mess of grass, and back to about there, just to establish. And you can see to the left, I believe, you can sort of see the old markers that the surveyors left for our property, the blue and white tags. I don't know how accurate that is, but it gives us a rough gauge that that's my property all the way back to there on this side of the water. Okay, and in a moment I'll have Greg walk into the water and fight the alligators. Now Greg is going to proceed into the swamp and take some measurements of the depth of the water. Good luck, Greg.
Right here, about 3 feet out from the edge of where the water starts. It's 10 inches deep right here.
Okay. I'm not sure where the channel is, Greg. It might be to your left.
All right. Another 3 or 4 steps forward. We're 14 inches deep.
Can you move this to your left? I think you'll find some deeper water there.
2 steps to the left. We're now 19 inches deep.
19 inches. Okay, now we need to make sure that the channel is not obstructed. Can you work your way in, stay in that channel if you can, and work your way back to here?
Back toward the berm?
Yeah, just for a second.
Well, they're marsh grasses, but
can you find where the channel is?
I think I'm standing in the channel, but there are grasses in my way.
Okay.
But there does not appear to be any obstruction, and I think I'm still in the channel here. I'm standing right here about 5 feet from the edge of the water, and the depth is still 20 inches. 20
inches, okay, that's even a little deeper.
20 inches
okay,
right
so,
here.
So work your way back along there if you can. Go slowly so you know that you're not hitting. Is that does it go up there, or is that just
sort of stepping across?
But I want to be sure that the channel is not obstructed, that there's a continuous channel.
Well, I think I'm still in the channel. Showing 18 inches right here.
Okay. Okay, we're going to continue now. You can see Greg is back in the grass, almost disappearing. For reference, you can see my property fence over the left, which is not on the property line. My property extends further, and partly at least, into the water. Okay, Greg, can you proceed now?
Yep, and right now I'm still in 19 inches of water.
Okay.
few more steps. Right now I'm in 19.5 inches of water.
Okay, 19 and a half.
23. 23 3/4. All right.
I am standing inside my fence to try and get a shot of Greg, continuing from where we left off last time. He's working his way out in the trench. What level are you at right now, Greg?
Well, now I've worked my way on the other side of the briars here. I'm in 27.5 inches of water.
Right.
And literally 2 steps forward, or 1 big step, I'm in 5 inches of water. So
Right.
It's clear that there's a creek bed here.
There's a trench anyway.
Like, watch this.
Yeah, it's
So
huge.
I just stepped down into 27, 28 inches of water. I'm going to continue going back from here. Just trying to stay in the creek bed.
Right. And
26.
let me make a comment first. On the camera, anyone watching this video can see that little stake down there to the right. That is my property stake. I can't vouch for the accuracy of it, but it's approximate. So he's now in the HOA property.
All right, so 26, 27 inches of water here, just depending on where I plant the bottom of the 2x4. And I'm walking back. Still in 25.5, 26 inches of water here. Just step down a bit, 26.5. 26.5 still. 26. 27. 26. 27.5. 27. 25.5. 26.5. 23.5. 25. 23. 22. It's a really thick tree right there. That's a pretty old one. It's completely surrounded by water. That's one of the beaches, an older beach right there. That is definitely dying. You can see the leaves are turning brown on it. So here we are in 28 inches of water, right next to this tree here on the right, and then over on the left. So if we just come a little bit over to the right, just a couple of good steps, 2 steps to the right, you come up the bank, and here we're showing in 11 inches of water. And then gonna just walk right on across again, back down. Here we are back in 27 inches. So then we're gonna come up the other side of the bank and then just another 2 steps. And here we are again in 10 inches of water. So it's clear that there's definitely a stream that runs right through here. And we're still traveling deeper, 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 still following the same creek bed into the woods. We're a good 100 feet or so into the lot, working our way back to the road, which is Pocahontas. Alright, so here we are still at 27 inches of depth here, right in the creek bed, and we're getting to be about 150 feet from the road on the other side. So I'm continuing to work my way back away from the property to the road on the adjacent lot. It's about a 4-acre lot, and as you can see, it's completely filled with water. Here we are, getting a little closer to the road. We're now showing 34 inches of depth in the middle of the creek. And coming up to the road, you can see pretty clearly here where the existing creek passed underneath the road. This is Pocahontas Road. That's looking toward the South River down there, out toward 214 that way. And it comes underneath the road and heads right out across to where we started. And you can see clearly that we're at 15 inches of depth here on the highest end of the creek. And if you look carefully, you can see the conduit that runs underneath the road and to the other side. Obviously put there in order to control the water running out and across the property. And that's the other side of it. And then upstream, on the upstream side of Pocahontas, we have water collecting as well, because there's nowhere for this water to go, because it has been blocked. An existing stream has been terminated, water levels have risen, and this lot is actually unable to be built upon, consequently. And we were right across the street from a K-Hub house right here. At the corner of Pocahontas and Kenny, water standing here. You can see utility boxes pretty much stranded out in the middle, about 10 or 12 or 15 feet, submerged by water. And it's important to note that this isn't just an isolated incident. The water has been here since January of 2018, and it's now August of 2018, and it has nowhere to go. The land is saturated, and the problem is only getting worse. The trees will all die. There'll be mosquitoes, and there'll be other problems because of it. So just on the other side of the property, in between the two houses, is where the creek used to continue, and it would continue on down into the existing larger creek that would take the water out and away from the property. And only steps from that creek, which is right down there, you have the driveway. Linda and Jeff's house, where we started, right over there. And the unfortunate termination of the creek that ends right here and doesn't allow the water to escape down to the creek. So the stream has been terminated, created a huge problem because of that existing stream being terminated. And the solution is simply tear up the driveway, reconnect the stream. Let the water flow back to pre-existing levels, and the problem should be solved.